Hello fellow glitchies. If you've seen the title, then allow me to explain what I'm doing for this video. I've seen a lot of people, well, specifically in the Gacha community, decide to separate Swap Sans and Blueberry. Mostly wanting to follow the true canon of Underswap because the creator hated the fact they were named after foods. And because for some strange reason, expected the fandom to be peaceful. If only I had expectations that high when I was making my version of Lust Sans. But anyways, for those confused. Basically, Blueberry is everyone's, well, I don't wish to call him fanin. But basically he is the more fan-made version of Underswap Sans. Or more of an alternate version of him. Typical things about Blue is that he's overly cute, too innocent, sometimes a Yandere for no reason, among other stereotypical things. And in a way, I can see why the creator left this AU to fend for itself for a while and then came back a couple of years later. Maybe hoping the fandom toned it down or something. Whether people like it or not, Blueberry is a thing. He's basically ingrained into the fandom and most people want to use him cause, like me, they don't want to follow a specific canon. And that's how the cogs in my head turned. I inevitably decided, I will make an AU for Blueberry. That way he can exist on his own and not be equated with Underswap. Course let's face facts here, even Papyrus isn't like Blue. Blue by this point should just have his own self-sustained AU. And that's what I'm here to do. I won't name the AU just yet, since I'm just focusing on Blue's design for now. But I already have a name in mind, so no suggestions please. So, I have 3 designs here. I will explain each one, and you choose which you like the best. Design 1. Basically, I made Blue a typical looking Sans but with more energy. He's like a more positive version of Sans but younger. Somewhere around 16 or 17. He still retains a rather innocent demeanor and has never experienced a genocide run before. I was thinking that if he ever did experience such a run, he'd unleash his true potential, and would then be the hardest boss to face. Much harder than classic Sans. Blue's attacks change elements depending on his emotions. His eyes would also glow a different color. Plus, he's extremely fast, so getting the jump on him like what happened with classic wouldn't be achieved. He would still have far too much energy. To get the jump on him would require at least a moment of distraction. So be fast when facing him. Red is his most dangerous mode. A single hit with his red attacks completely demolishes one's HP. No matter how strong someone's level of violence is. So one needs to keep an eye on which color he stops at. It's a randomizer of colors, and there's no specific color pattern. You'd have to be fast the moment it stops. Some color attacks though require you to stay still, so it will be tricky. Basically, it's all about speed and timing when avoiding him. That's all the idea I have so far for this one, so on to the next. Design 2. For this Blue, he's more close to the regular design he has, but with changes. His attire isn't armor, and he has a beret hat on. He's more confident, but not in a similar fashion like Papyrus. He's more egotistic but is grounded a bit by his brother. I was thinking for this one, he'd have an obnoxious personality that eventually develops to be better when he loses his friends and family. He kinda shares similar traits with Deltarune Birdly, both obnoxious and overconfident. Despite that though, Blue still cares for others. When things get serious, he does too. He might be egotistical but he isn't blind to actual threats. When a genocide route happens, he goes through grief and copes by pretending people are still around. He can be talked to, but can't be fought until one reaches the judgment hall. Before that though, he can be seen sitting at Grillby's, talking to customers that aren't there. Basically, pretending that people are there. And when trying to talk to him, he ignores at first. He is then seen in Waterfall behind a stand. When trying to interact with him, he just smiles wide and says nothing. Pupils shrunk as though traumatized, only selling rocks that cost 4,000 gold. If somehow you get that much money, he will then tell you,
"Did you steal that from my friends too?"
And then, when reaching Hotlands, he stand at the bridge just staring before walking away. Basically, he starts doing these creepy things during the genocide route. It's still debatable though how I want him to fight. I was thinking maybe similar to the first design, but then I thought on a large hammer. That way he can lay down justice with immense force. He also takes pleasure in mocking his opponent. In a pacifist run, he is just being cocky, but after a while, warms up to others. He isn't harsh with his mocking there, and would even apologize if he felt he went a bit too far. In the genocide run though, he is merciless with his insults and has the skills to back up his mocking. On random occasions, he'll even break the turn-based system. So there's a chance he'll attack twice. That's all I have on him so far, and honestly he's kinda very depressing on the genocide run. Now, let's get to the final one. Okay, so, design 3 here was kinda risky. The reason for this design was due to some unintentional toxic masculinity being spread. That, or people making claims that putting a guy in a dress is somehow offensive, or worse, fetishizing someone. Listen everyone. People have the right to feel proud of being in whatever they wish to wear. People also have the right to feel confident with their body. Whether it be sexy or just being cute. It's okay to be attracted to someone wearing a certain outfit. What isn't okay though, is objectifying someone. People seem to think that being sexy or wearing certain outfits is gross. But here's the thing. The actual problem doesn't stem from that. It's about how comfortable a person feels. No matter if someone is good or bad, their boundaries should be respected, and only they can give consent. In short, respect people's boundaries. And respect what people wear. The problem doesn't stem from what people wear. It's when someone doesn't respect them as a living being and sees them as an object or prize. So don't mix being sexy and confident from objectification. That's what this blue represents. He is proud of what he wears, whether it's boy clothes or cute girl clothes. He's still a guy, but he adores wearing clothes that he finds comforting and cute. Even if they aren't dresses. If his boundaries aren't respected, he will most likely summon a large hammer and bring it down someone's head. He's also the type to say, in a sassy manner,
You got a problem with what I wear? Maybe you should look at yourself first. You're basically a train wreck.
He basically embodies, looks can be deceiving, and he's proud of it. He's kind to others that are kind in return, but he does not take people's crap. He deeply cares for those close to him, especially his brother. Even being overly worried at times his brother would get hurt. He's also very open about how he feels, and enjoys collecting certain objects with the softest texture. When stressed though, his energy becomes red, especially when angry. It kinda pays homage to the Yandere blueberry stuff, but without the Yandere. Similar to the first design, red color deals heavy damages. His personality is basically kind and caring, but when something or someone stresses him out, he blacks out and pretty much beats up whatever it is or whoever it is that angered him. He's incredibly strong. Being hit by just his fists alone feels like being hit by a bus. At times, he'd send someone flying. He's also almost never wrong when he has a bad feeling about someone. And like I said, he's comfortable wearing anything he feels he enjoys. Also, this version of Blueberry is pansexual. He's fine with loving anyone, as long as they do not do anything that hurts him or those he cares for. I don't know what battle style I want to settle for him yet, but if this is the choice everyone prefers, I'll work on it. But basically, to sum up this blue, he may look cute but do not get on his bad side. He also has a strong value on friendship, cherishing those he befriends. His friendly personality contrasts that of his brother, whom is rather shy. Again, might elaborate on this more if I choose this one. Here's a last fun fact though. Unlike Swap Sans, Blue here is more into sweets and really good at baking. Thinking maybe he runs a bakery on the surface. But who knows? Well, that's all the choices. Pick out and give a commentary on which one you like. Please do elaborate on why you think so, that way I can take your opinions into consideration. Just please be respectful. Also, on important side note, this is not my real voice. I'm using a text-to-speech. Hopefully you glitchies enjoyed the video and seeing each design. Remember, I'm asking for an opinion. So please toss your ideas, thoughts and even criticism down below. See you on the next video glitchies.